Good evening. Welcome to the Russellville City Council Finance Meeting for Thursday, September the 15th, 5:30 p.m. At this point, I will turn the floor over to the chairman, Mr. Westcott.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 1 on our agenda this evening is also item number 10 of our new business for the full council. So moving on to item number 2, which is discussion of the 2023 millage. Mayor Harris, what can you share with us about item number 2?
Robin Johnson, Ms. Johnson provided everyone a copy, just a little brief outline of the history of the fire pension debt and current millage. And so if you have any questions about this, we have to renew this millage every year. We're not asking for it to be increased. We're not asking for anything but to renew it at the current rate. And I think, I believe she makes it clear that right up that it is, it's 0.52. Yeah. And it is necessary in order to meet our obligation. As you remember, the fire and police pension rolled over to lot fee a couple of years ago. And so we need to make sure we continue to fund that based on our obligation. Any questions on this issue, and Ms. Johnson is here to answer those.
Any questions from the Finance Committee on item number 2?
Just want to say thanks for this detailed information. Thank you.
Moving on to item number 3 is consideration of a resolution that would authorize the mayor and city clerk treasurer to sign a governmental lease purchase agreement with the Huntington National Bank for the acquisition of 2 ambulances and for other purposes, sponsored by the Finance Department. I move that we forward item number 3 to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion on item number 3? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4 is an appropriation request from the General Fund 2021 year-end carry-forward balance, the sum of $35,340 to be used to purchase a 2023 Dodge Ram 1500 quad cab four-wheel drive vehicle for the fire department. And I move that we forward item number 4 to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion on item number 4?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, is this replacing an existing vehicle, or is this adding a vehicle?
Chief, I'm sorry. Would you mind to come to the microphone for the sake of those watching by video?
No, that's a new vehicle that is an addition for that new position, EMS Division Chief. It's been part of the plan. We did appropriate some or ask for appropriation for some of the equipment. However, we didn't know until last week that there was going to be a window to actually order this vehicle. It will not be here until more than likely the end of next year, maybe. But there's just a window, a short time each September now that you're able to kind of get on a list for these government contracts. You know, they canceled the government contract middle of last year or this year, so.
Chief, so we added a position, now we're adding a vehicle for that position. And I don't remember the details of it. You know, we had a couple discussions, but at one time we were told that for the city to get into the ambulance service, it would not cost us any money. And this looks like it's costing us money twice now.
Well, this is part of the plan, the existing 90-day plan that you were sent. We knew this was going to be a cost. We just didn't know that we were going to have the opportunity to get on a list at this time. Again, it won't be here. And this, you know, that they don't give you reimbursements and then say, hey, now you run an ambulance or now you transport us. So the actual reimbursements will not come in until probably 6 months from now, we're hoping, but 3 or 4 months from the time we actually start transport. But in the first year, the reimbursements should more than pay off all of these things.
I realize
We've
stuff
asked.
is put in a written plan, but verbally in the council meeting, we were told this stuff, and I've had multiple calls this week asking me. I thought it wasn't going to cost the city anything, and so that's why I'm relaying that question, because that's been posed to me multiple times this week. So thank you.
We always knew there was gonna have to be upfront money, because like I said, we don't have any reimbursements. You can't get reimbursements until a few months after you actually start transporting.
And one thing that we cannot issue the PO and sign the agreement to purchase these or place an order for these until we have an appropriation of funds to be able to purchase them. So it was my requirement to require the appropriation. This will be carried over into the 2023 budget because we know it won't happen this year, but it has to be an authorized expenditure for us to be able to order.
Thank you.
Let me, Mr. Tripp, you sparked something that Mr. Smith and I had talked about a while back. One of the things that we need to do is to develop an ordinance in relation to the funds collected by the fire department for the ambulance service as the funds start coming in. We want to make sure that the funds or the ordinance is set up such that the funds necessary to maintain the ambulance service are provided, but any excess funds above and beyond what's required to maintain that should go back to the general fund, so that they don't, that the fire department doesn't collect, several $1 million in excess funds that they have. That anything above and beyond what required to maintain that ambulance service needs to come back into the general fund. And so I'll be working with Mr. Smith to try to set that up before any income starts coming in to present to the council.
Is there any further discussion on item number 4? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5 is an appropriation request from the General Fund 2021 carryover balance, the sum of $14,714.30 to be used for the implemental increase in certificate pay for paramedics in the Russellville Fire Department. I move that we forward item number 5 to the full council with a recommendation of approval. Okay. Any discussion on item number 5?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Chief, again, I'm going to go back. Was this always part of the plan too?
Yeah, absolutely, all the way back 3 years ago. So it's been a part of it.
All right. Thank you.
And this is in line with similar or other departments throughout the city where pay is increased along with their education. Is that correct? Why, yes, it is, Mr. Westcott. Okay. Any further discussion on item number 5?
So we recognize on this paramedic certificate pay, it's only lightly connected to transport. We've recognized we've been behind on it. EMT, or paramedic certificate pay, was established in 1998. It was $1,800. If you look at a consumer price index value today for $1,800, it's about $3,200, and their current paramedic pay is $2,600, $2,640. So they actually they're making less than they did in 1998. Now add transport to this, and it becomes even more critical. Where paramedics have become a commodity in the market, paramedic Polk County EMS is having a hard time. They pay about a $5,000 differential pay. We're paying $1,680. That's the differential pay between an EMT and a paramedic. So we're adding $3,000 to that, so it will be $4,680 will be the differential pay. So we're still at the low end, but we're trying to compete.
Yeah. Now we're more competitive.
We're much more competitive. At least
yes.
we're
thank you.
in the field anyway.
Yeah. Is there any further discussion on item number 5? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6 is consideration of a resolution that would approve the guaranteed maximum price and a change order for the water improvements of the downtown streetscape project and authorizing the mayor and city clerk treasurer to execute an agreement with Blackstone Construction, accepting that guaranteed maximum price, change order, and general conditions for the water improvements. I move that we forward item number 6 to the full council with a recommendation of approval. Okay. Is there any discussion on item number 6? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Item number 7 is consideration of a resolution that would approve the mayor and city clerk treasurer to sign a bill of sale agreement with the New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church to convey the Lattimore House to the city. And I move that we forward item number 7 to the full council with a recommendation of approval. Okay. Is any discussion on item number 7? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Item number 8, and to my knowledge, the last on our agenda right now, is consideration of a resolution that would accept the donation of real property from the Bridge Church to be used as a final location of the Lattimore House. And I move that we forward item number 8 to the full council with a recommendation of approval. Okay. Is there any discussion on item number 8? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Mayor, to my knowledge, that's the last on our agenda, and I yield the floor back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Westcott. We will now adjourn, and we will reassemble at 6 p.m. for the full council meeting. Thank you.